Yo, good morning. Right. Saya latihan tapi naraman na naraman. Okay. Apa nanne වැඩි කතාන තුව නරඹන්න. Okay. Tak විනාඩිය. Negeri.
Rage is temporary, peace is eternal.
Apa dia lagi? Lagi dia baru. Okay.
Great power, or soon be devoured. Taken you shall be. Don't say its name, it's just a great maw. Fear it the same, will die in its jaw. Taken you shall be.
And we are live. Good morning, good evening, good day to everyone who is watching now. Thank you so much for watching. I know the timing could be different across the globe, but we are really thankful that you found the time to join us for the stream. So today, as you see my background, we are playing and testing the Kraken. And today I have a very special guest, Jeremy, to talk about the Kraken today. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, so it's a first time for Jeremy, so let's welcome him very nicely. He's gonna give us some details about the Kraken, and also I think for the first time ever, we're gonna actually play the Kraken during the stream before it is released. So it's a preview build, and Neo is gonna help us today. Hi, Neo.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing? Are you excited?
Super excited.
Ready to face the beast?
I'm nervous.
Don't be. Chat loved you last time, so I think everything should be okay. And today we're also joined by keepers to help us beat the Kraken, basically. Today, so shout out to them as well, and let us know where you guys are watching us from. If everything is working perfectly, the sound and everything, the drops, and if everything is okay, we'll dive right into it. I see the chat is very excited, and I wonder at how many viewers we are. Quickly check. 700, and the stream just started, so it's awesome. So we're excited to see the Kraken. All right. I think everything is working good in the chat. Cool. So I think we can just to start it off. Before we launch the Kraken gameplay, Jeremy, to start it off, could you please just give us a general introduction as what is the Kraken in Season 4?
Sure. So with you to Season 4, we bring a brand new sea monster challenge to the Indian Ocean. This time it's going to be one of the most feared legends that every pirate has always feared. It's going to be the Kraken. It's going to be the most challenging sea monster encountered to date, the largest one to date, and it's going to be a really difficult experience for anyone looking to take it on. So this Kraken challenge is going to be a multi-phase world event built to overwhelm even the most experienced players, and it's going to require a good loadout, a good team, skilled players, captains sailing together in order to take it down.
Yep, and
Amaru,
what makes the
Amaru.
Kraken different from all the previous monsters encountered in Skull and Bones?
Right, so we've designed quite a few sea monsters. This time this Kraken was built with a few core pillars in mind. We want it to be omnipotent. We want it to really dominate the arena. We've had sea monsters before that somewhat tend to focus on just a single player. At times, sometimes they have AoE attacks that threaten multiple players. The Kraken's going to be different. Everyone's going to be in constant danger. Everyone's going to be in threat. The Kraken's not just going to be focused on one player and leave the rest of it to snipe at it from far if Guru does, but instead it's going to have tentacles, it's going to have ink shooters. Everyone's going to have to pay attention and be careful.
Ink
It's not
shooters?
very
What
easily
the hell?
Overwhelmed. So overwhelming is our second core pillar that we use to build the Kraken. We want it to feel threatening. We want it to feel
Ink
that sense of
shooters?
scale, which I think you're going to see shortly when Dino starts playing. And we really want it to be ominous to bring a feeling of dread. We really want to capture sort of similar to the first time we saw the shadow beasts emerge from the waters, except this time it's going to be much larger, much more threatening, and hopefully a lot more scary.
Yep, and as we see, we just launched the Kraken. The beast will rise in 40 seconds. So I think the chat is excited to see it rise. All right, so I think we've also got some questions. We've pre-collected some questions before the stream. So people are because we're positioning this as the most challenging threat ever encountered in Skull and Bones, right? So the people are asking, how much health does Kraken have compared to Megafort Woven Hole?
Right, so compared to Megafort Woven Hole is going to be a bit tricky due to some of the differences in how the mechanics work. Just in terms of pure numbers, the Kraken's going to have about 3 million-ish hit points. So that puts it around double what one of the stronghold bosses has. So one of our kingpin stronghold bosses, for example, La Peste in Indian Ocean is going to have about 1.6 billion hit points. So it's about double that. The Megafort actually mathematically has more. But in the Megafort fight, you're going to have certain mechanics like destroying the towers, destroying the weak points. That's actually going to take out percentage of its maximum health. So the numbers don't really tell the true story there. With the Kraken, it's going to be quite different. It's going to have multiple parts of its body you're going to be able to attack. Some parts of its body is going to have much greater damage resistance. So I believe you can see the Kraken now on screen, intimidating with all of its tentacles, its large bulbous head. You can also see its weak points, so this is something different. Ink shooters weak points are going to be, they don't just come on at certain parts of the fight, but there are going to be weak points you can aim it throughout the fight, or the players who either expect into weak points or are accurate with like their long guns, ballistas, and so forth. Yep. So we hope to give more opportunity for these builds to shine and not just wait for that weak point to appear. There's also some unique weak points that only come out in later phases of the fight. I'll point them out as we get there. Yeah, but you can see right now the main body of the Kraken is heavily armored. You can see with spikes. It's a real Kraken, so it's a huge target. You can just pepper it without any thought. Yeah, and you can see that the giant tentacles are really doing a number on you.
Yeah, and I see the chat reaction there. Like people didn't expect it's gonna be this huge.
What the hell?
So the Kraken's actually our largest. I mean, it's definitely our largest sea monster to date. I think it's around 300 meters in radius, so something like 500 meters is the length of its main body. But it can go so much further. So this is one of the aspects that we were talking about, where you can't just sit on the edge of the arena, snipe away if you can. It's going to send those tentacles after you. You're going to have to keep watch on. And as you can see, there's like 8 tentacles they can visually see. Maybe it's hiding under the water, so you have to pay attention.
And it's gonna be in phases, right? The fight, and then we're gonna dive deeper into that. But for now, I want to go through some more general questions that we've been asked from the players. I know that during the last stream, Alexi challenged players for the solo fight, and after that, we've got a question: is it possible to make it solo fight? So, do you have an answer for that?
Right. So, unfortunately, although Alexi challenged to take on solo, the Kraken will not be a soloable activity. At the start of year 2, at least when we launch it in year 2 season 4, it's going to be a call to arms activity. So you are with other players. However, at least for this fight, we've actually reduced the minimum requirement to 3 players. So
3 players?
Matchmaking and actually start the activity with a full group. You don't actually need to wait for
full group
6 other players to join. Yeah, so you can just 2 other friends take on the Kraken by yourself, and hopefully you get some reinforcements from other players looking to take down the beast. I'm sure you're going to need it.
Yep, the teamwork is the most important here for the Kraken fight. And also, there was another question. So we see
fight.
So the question was that I saw, why did you choose the octopus as the Kraken model and not anything else?
Right, so we actually used, where we were mostly inspired by, naval pop culture references, the iconic images of the Kraken, this octopus, cephalopod-looking creature. So we didn't really want to deviate too much from that. I know there are other depictions of like what a Kraken could be in mythology and all of that kind of thing. However, we really wanted to just capture like what is the most straightforward pirate fantasy, and it lines up with what we wanted to do with the gameplay as well.
To
even players. Support our gameplay there. And I think the visual of just having these tentacles coming out, these arms slapping away, is something unique that we really wanted to bring. Unlike our other sea monsters, they generally one body and use their body to attack you. Now, there's all these limbs for this multi-armed creature to come and harass you with.
Silent predator.
So we can see during a couple of its attacks, we've actually gone into another phase already. So at the start of the fight, you could see that the Kraken was positioned at the edge of the arena, mainly just using its tentacles to do the slap attacks. Now it's actually submerged. Using the tentacles in different ways. It's still got the slap attack, but now there are these spike attacks that are actually going to come up from below as well. So you don't have to worry about the threats from above. You now need to watch the water surface to make sure you don't get speared by these tentacles coming from the bottom.
Yeah. Chad, I want to ask you, how so far, what is your first impression of the Kraken? Because I think like when we first watched the fight, there was a lot of excitement. And now after you see a bit, what's your first impression? Looks great. Awesome. Okay, so I think after we kind of like gave a general introduction to the Kraken, the next question would be, what is our intention behind the experience? Because we said that the solo fight is not possible, it's a teamwork. So what other intentions we've had while developing this Kraken?
Right, so we really wanted teamplay to really shine here. It's a giant beastie, it's not something that a solo player should be able to take on by itself. So there's a few things that we're looking at. One is variety of attacks. So definitely you see the new tentacle attacks. One thing that we can actually see that Neo is actually the Kraken has. So these are like the valves on its heads, which is kind of a more unique thing that we've added to the design. The Kraken's able to use these ink shooters to lob ink at players who are at the edges of the arena, at least behind these like small poison clouds that you can avoid. So it's both long range too, as well as so these poison shots are not going to be as strong as say Lepest's poison. He's still delete your health by this for this natural beastie, he's going to use it more of a zoning to harass players that are trying to stay safe at the edges of the arena. These thing shooters also serve as as a primary weak point, so it's something that you can aim for in phases where it's revealing itself. Yeah. But it's one other thing we really wanted to do also was in this case, players, right? So having a healer in the build is going to be a lot more important than perhaps some of the other fights. Everyone's going to be taking damage. It's not just going to be like one frigate who's taunting the main elite warship or something, who's the main target of healing. In this case, everyone's in danger of being tentacle. So playing with maybe just using little grace, because I'm not sure grouping up is a good idea with all these large tentacles around. But using healing bombards, using maybe bring back the old white jades, your friends would be actually be a really good idea.
And we see Neo died.
Yeah, he made it pretty far.
What was the face that you got into Neo just now? Was it like, I think,
surviving. Just trying to
I mean, it's supposed to be very hard to beat, yeah, I want to give a special shout out to the keepers that joined us today for this stream. Thank you so much that you stayed and joined. So it's Lily White, it's Mother Flame, it's T, and it's Storm Firebird. So thank you so much. Shout out to them. We're really thankful that we were able to launch, because otherwise we had a plan B to use an internal build and have a solo fight. And I think seeing the team fight is way more exciting. So let's give a shout out to our keepers. in the chat.
Very big thanks to all of them.
Yeah. So super thankful. Okay, so I think while we're talking about the player experience and that we're seeing right now, the players were asking, so the Kraken is so like powerful, right? So will it be able to do enough damage to even like sink frigate?
So it definitely will be able to. There's certain mechanics in the fight where a large ship is going to benefit from. There's going to be whirlpools that the
frigate
Kraken can summon using its tentacles, and a large ship, due to its size and its weight, is going to be able to withstand these whirlpools a little bit stronger, a little bit easier. However, small and medium ships are not completely helpless, so this is one of the tentacle attacks that we see now. Small and medium ships can still disable the whirlpools by taking out the tentacle in the middle. Large ships are going to be less affected by the pool, so they have a bit more window to react. And large ships are going to bring its own perks as well, right? The frigate's going to be a little bit more... access to like 6 weapon to use in this fight. Because there's a lot of attention you're going to have to spend on dodging attacks, maneuvering. So having one of the units and weapons gives you more window to, you aim in the direction, you fire one set of torpedoes. With the size of tentacles, it's not hard to hit them with torpedoes. Spend more time bracing, focusing on other parts of the fight. I will also mention that, of course, the new large ship, the Corvette, is gonna perform or really stand out in this fight as well due to its perk. So the new large ship, the Corvette, has still a lot of gun pods. It has less HP than the frigate, but it's also a lot more maneuverable, so that makes it a bit more well-suited to this fight. Maneuverability, being able to dodge, weave in between attacks is very important.
Oh shit, man.
So we're seeing how hard it is to beat the Kraken at the moment, right? The question that thing, and then now the question is, will we have to grind the Kraken 10 times to upgrade the Corvette?
So with the introduction of the Kraken, we are not introducing a new craftable material. The Corvette is not going to require Kraken hide or something that you're going to grind 30 times for. So you can still you can use these materials to upgrade, to build and upgrade the Corvette without having to bring in maybe a ship or under-leveled Corvette in to fight the Kraken. Instead, the main chase item for the Kraken is actually going to be a unique Kraken Slayer cosmetic set. So this will drop from the chest. There'll be a chance of gaining a ship vanity set that will be able to be unlocked. And oh well, we saw someone doing some 360s off in the distance. Not sure what's up with that. So it's also going to be a good source of course, all your endgame materials, ascension modules, masterwork kits. But we're not going to be locking, for example, the new toy that you have this season behind this endgame challenge, which you need to beat first before you can start playing with the new ship.
Yep. And we've also already mentioned that this is going to be locked behind the call to arms, right? But then there was a question that please make the Kraken spawn randomly, make it real. I want to sail in the sea and he attacks suddenly. So why? What's our intention behind locking it?
Right, so I would say that's something that we will keep in mind. Right now, the first introduction of the Kraken, we really want it to be this powerful thing which you matchmake to take on with really a group of players. We can consider maybe adding smaller versions that can be chance encounters, so to spice up your everyday exploration in the normal Indian Ocean. But at least right now, for the main challenge, we don't want to detract from like this big thing which you see for the first time. But the idea of like taking maybe a smaller version of the Kraken, I don't know what Kraken babies are called, Krakenlets, sounds wrong to me. And having these appear in the Indian Ocean, I would say that's not entirely off our radar.
Yeah, I see people are excited about the baby Krakens.
Kraken spawnlings. Spawnling sounds great. I think that word fits.
Okay, but I think it's any new feature in the game once we really pay attention to all the feedback that we have.
Random
So it's going to be the same as well for the Kraken once you try it, once you get your own hands on it. As much feedback as you can, so the experience just gets better with the time. Okay, so now I think we can move into the new section where we talk about more phases of the fight, where we talk about more about anatomy of the Kraken, about the weak points. So if you can just give a general introduction about
Random දෙන්න බෑලු
weak
දෙන්න.
points in general.
මොකද ඒක challenge එකක්
Sure.
නිසා.
So I think we saw quite a few aspects of
Isara
the
they
Kraken
done,
already in the fight earlier. So the Kraken has the main body, and on top of its main body, it's got these ink shooters, which uses to do its long range attack. These ink shooters will regenerate over time. So they are basically a source of constant weak point damage if you build spec towards it. It's a good area to aim if you have long
A
range
weak point
and
regenerate,
do
no?
damage. Yeah, and you can also disable these ink shooters for a period of time to keep the other teammates safe. Yeah. In addition to that, it's got different kinds of tentacles. So we saw, I know it's a bit of a messy fight, so it's maybe a bit hard to catch
ඒක
it
match
earlier.
make කරලා ගහන්න
It's
ගන්නේ.
got 8 main tentacles. These are the ones that are going to spread out through the arena
Hari,
and
hari,
do the
hari, hari,
slapping
hari.
attack. And going to be the
Match
main
make
threat
කරලා
that
ගහන්න
you're going
ඒක.
to be seeing most of the time. In addition to that, however, it has also
Okay,
two
යන ගමන්
mega
ගහන්න බෑ
tentacles,
අනිත් උන්ට
which
වගේ.
is really going to
ඒක
use to
වෙනම
beat the
මහින්ද
shit out
වෙනම
of you if
server
you
එකකට
come,
දාලා ගහන්න.
too close to the Kraken. So we know with
Oh,
such a
වෙනම
huge
server එකකට
boss
දාලා
fight, there's
ගහන්නේ.
going to be this tendency of like, oh, maybe I can just like sidle up next to it, and it's like, you know, not going to be able to touch me.
Oh.
It's got two ink shooters that's pointing just directly at the bottom to cover its sides, and if you get too close to its front, yeah, it's gonna whack you with the mega tentacles, and that is really gonna be strong enough to even take out
ගහපියෝ
the frigate.
ගහපියෝ.
So while you can do certain strafing runs, these tentacles do move around, so there are windows of opportunity for you to like sidle in if you really want to use something close range like a demi cannon. But you're gonna have to be very careful with your timing.
Yeah, and I see Heinz joined the fight because I don't think I saw him before. So actually, I think for the first time ever, it's actually big thanks to the keepers, to the team here, the prod team, Alexi as well. So what we did this time is we've sent the preview build to the keepers to try it on before the launch of the game. So this is a soft launch of this kind of initiation, and then we gonna see how it goes. So it's like a chance to have some exclusive preview. So if you wanna, it's gonna be a little bit of promotion of the our Insider program. So if you wanna be able to do that in the future, please feel free to join our Insider program, apply to that, and maybe in the future you can also get your hands on the preview build.
ආ.
And if anyone else there in the chat who has the preview build, feel free to join the fight at the moment.
Could always use my backup. So
Yep.
I see a few questions which maybe I'll answer. So I saw a few comments talking about the time limit, which seems a bit short. So this was something we deliberately wanted to tackle compared to the Megafort
Shield
fight.
Shock
So
attack,
we heard feedback like, you know, the Megafort was
Shield
very
Shock
grindy, you
attack
needed to
na?
do it a lot of times.
ඒකයි
And although
part-
experience could be interesting, having that experience
මොකද්ද
stretch
මේ?
out for like 20 minutes and
දෙකම?
having to repeat that is
අර කැඩෙන එක?
basically gets quite tedious and really eats up a lot of time. So for the Kraken, we wanted to increase the intensity. shorten the
වැඩියට ඕනෙ මුන්
duration.
ගහන්නේ.
So even
ඌට
though you
විතර
might have to
දෙන්න
grind it
ගන්නෑ.
a few times to compete, to get your materials,
ගහද්දි
to
අමාරුයි
complete the vanity set,
20 plus
we
event
wanted
එක.
to make sure it didn't take up too much time.
Level
So that's
20
why
plus.
you can see that we've
Shield
actually
Shock
shortened the
එකක්
timer
එනවා.
down to 10 minutes. And although it is going to be a challenge, it is definitely doable. Yeah.
Yep.
There's certain things you're gonna have to do with adjusting your builds, figuring out how to spend less time avoiding or disabling the tentacles. So
Madi,
there's one
madi,
thing
araka,
about
madi.
tentacles actually, which is that if you actually deal enough damage to them in a short burst of time, you can actually stagger their attack. When this happens, you actually see a big red number pop up, and that's when you know you've actually staggered the tentacle, and that's how you can actually one of the ways you can actually use to do big damage to the Kraken, even if you're not aiming at its main body. Yeah.
And actually,
I also saw another comment about the ship rank. So we are actually also adding a a higher ship rank requirement to make sure that we don't have too many low-level players who are maybe not really kitted out for this fight, just coming in and basically trying their luck. So it is going to be a minimum requirement of ship rank 16 to match
අම්මට.
rate for this activity. Yeah,
මේ
so
ගහන්න
that
නැව්
hopefully
දා-
should,
දාසය
filter out
වුණා.
players who are
දාසය
just,
තිබ්බද?
you know, possibly just
දාසය
enter
නැව්
World Tier 2
තිබ්බද?
and maybe not really ready to take on the new endgame challenge of the season yet.
අනිවාර්යෙන් 16ට වඩා තියෙන්න ඕන නෑ.
and
level එක.
I think it's a good time for us to move to
අඩුව
the next
16.
section where we'll have a phase overview.
ඒ කියන්නේ මූ ඉන්නේ මෙහෙ
I think
විතරයි.
if you can generally walk us through the phases and
Tier 2
meanwhile
විතරයි.
we'll kind of like describe what's happening on the screen.
Yep,
Tier
sure.
1
So actually
කට්ටියට
we are in, right now you can see
සම්බන්ධ
we started off with the first phase. Kraken's at the edge of the arena. As you sail towards it, you encounter the tentacles for the first time. After dealing enough damage to it, I think it's around 85% health. It's when it transitions to the second phase, which is in now, where it moves to the center of the arena. Now it's a lot easier to shoot. It's ink shooters. It starts using the ink shooters a bit more frequently. It also introduced these new spike attacks. We can see it's when the tentacles come vertically up. So now there's an additional threat you need to look out for. Yeah. Afterwards, it's going to go into its third phase, which probably should be happening shortly, once sufficient damage is dealt. In the third phase is when the Kraken's going to re-submerge. It's going to hide itself, recover a bit of its wounds, and this is a window where the key focus is really on survival. The Kraken's going to be making use of all of its attacks. It's going to create the whirlpools, it's going to create the spikes. It's still going to be hitting with the slapping tentacles, and that's where basically it's sort of a window as well for everyone to regroup, but also to stay on your toes. Yeah, so there's not so much a damage window. It's going to be hiding its main body, and you're not going to be able to get to the ink shooter or the eyes. So I think that's what we're transitioning to right now. After the third phase, the Kraken's going to reappear again, and this is when the new weak point actually gets revealed. These are going to be its eyes. So its eyes are actually visible all throughout the fight. However, only in the fourth phase, when it reappears after its second submerge, and the eyes start glowing, that's when the eyes become a major weak point. And that's when it deal really massissive damage. However, it's also not going to be that easy. The Kraken still has its mega tentacles, which are going to be blocking it sometimes. You're going to have to maneuver, but for the skilled players who are able to weave in between those windows and snipe at it with either long guns, ballistas, you're going to be able to do significant damage to the beast.
Yep. And I think just now you mentioned the eyes, and we saw the question before, and now I see it in the chat. Do the eyes blink? That was the question.
So I already learned this recently. So the cephalopods do not actually have proper eyelids. They have a protective cover. So no, the Kraken's not actually going to blink. Yeah.
So now we're at which phase? I think.
Right. So we've passed the. Oh, actually, no. We should still be in the second phase.
I see the eyes now. Yeah.
Anna spinner.
Neo, how are you doing over there?
I'm miserable.
How many times do you play the Kraken though?
This is only a second time. Actually, I would say it's probably.
That's pretty good performance really for just the second time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So Neo is our senior lead artist. So, but he's one of the devs one of the players who played the most.
I think he has the most number of hours in the office, possibly in the whole Ubisoft. I'm not even sure. It's got Neo, you've got what, 800 hours?
Yeah, 800 hours is not enough.
Cool. Okay, so I think now after we've given an overall overview of the Kraken, there's a lot of things that go behind the team play, the ship builds, right, the synergy. So if we can go to that section and also talk about the Corvette a bit, when we developed the Corvette, we had the Kraken in mind as well, right? So if you can touch on that a bit.
Right, so the Corvette really is going to be a standout this season. For me personally, it's going to be one of the ships that actually I'm more excited for. And that's because of the role which we designed it to play. So while the frigate was this massive tank that could dish out a lot of damage, the frigate is actually more of a support role. We actually refer to it as the flag bearer, and I believe that's actually the name of its perk. And this allows the Corvette to actually be very flexible. In terms of just the build and the stats, it's a bit more maneuverable than the frigate. It still has a slow acceleration, but turns a bit better, moves a little bit faster. Yeah. In terms of weapons, it's got still quite a lot of gun ports, 38 in total. You've got 14 on the broadsides, on the left, on the starboard and port broadsides. You've got 6 in the front. It's more effective. And you've got 4 in the rear. Yep, I didn't do my math right. Four in the rear. And all large ships, you still have 2 auxiliary. So the unique thing, it does have, and in terms of HP, it's going to have less HP, but it makes up for that in terms of the maneuverability and some of the flexibility it receives. And so the standout thing is, of course,
යාගේ
it's
වෙනම
perk.
එහෙම ability එකක්
Its
නෑ.
flag bearer perk allows it to be the cornerstone of any
අනිත්
fleet,
අයගේ පොදු
either in a
ඒකට.
damage supporting role
අන්න
or
අර
a
අරකට
healing
ගැහුවනේ.
supporting role. What this perk allows it to do is that with any
දඟලනවා
instance of
යකෝ.
damage on a target, it's actually going to increase the damage received by that target up to 20
ඔන්න දැන්
times.
රේජ් වෙලාදී.
So doing a full broadside with either the port or starboard with combined with the front gun port is allow you to increase the damage received by a boss, a target, the Kraken by up to 20%. This is team wide. Yeah, so it's a really strong buff that the corvette is able to apply. And if you have multiple corvettes, this buff stacks up even more. Yeah, you don't have to worry about missing a shot if you've got
ගහන්න
two
බැරි
corvettes
නෑ
with
දෙකක්
all
තියෙනවා.
these gun ports wailing away at the target. However, that's only the damage side of things. You
Have
still
you-
have the supporting side of things where each instance of healing that the corvette does to an ally increases the healing received by the ally by 2.5%. So that's going to actually, similarly, it's going to reach a maximum of 20 stacks.
උගේ හෙල්ත් එක
It's going to be
උගේ හෙල්ත් එක වෙලවර
50% more
හඩ
healing received by your target.
දැන් අදිනවා ඒ ගොඩ
hit
වෙන්න.
them 20 times. Yeah. So this, I feel like for me at least, this is kind of the build I've always wanted to play. I'm a big fan of like the battle medic. Heal my team,
restore
support my
කරගන්න
team,
ඕනේ
leave
නැත්නම්
around, but
restore වෙන්න
still,
නැවත
do
දාගෙන
a bit of
ඉන්නවා.
damage
මේකට
here and there, so
බාක්කෙන්
just so I
ගහන්න
don't
පුළුවන්
feel
නම්
like useless healer. And I feel like the corvette is kind of like the perfect thing for that. Yeah.
හැබැයි පොඩි නැවුහින්ද
So
පොඩි
there's
ප්‍රශ්නයක්
interesting
තියෙනවා.
builds using old season weapons you can bring back. For
පොඩි නැව
example,
ඉච්චර සෙට්
with
නෑ.
all these gun ports, the white jades is going to be a good choice, I think, or healing the teammates, especially with this Kraken fight where everyone is going to be receiving
okay,
damage, so
remember
having all
one
that
minute.
bouncing healing is going to be good. At the same time, I can still put on something like a rocket, a storm visual, which has a lot of hits,
You're right.
to still apply that stacking damage debuff on either the tentacles or the main Kraken body. Yeah, so the corvette's really built to be flexible. It's really built to
අර
support its
වර
team where the team wants more
වලල්ලප්ප
damage, where
එකක්
the
පටේ
team wants more
දාගන්න
healing.
ඕනේ. අන්තිම හරිය.
And once the corvette is fully upgraded,
Oh.
its perk actually boosts, gives a boost to all.
මේ මෙන්න මේ
non-large.
මෙන්න මේ සර්කල් එක
So
පන්නන්නේ
this is
නැහැ
a
ඔය.
unique
සුදු
thing
සර්කල් එක
where,
පන්නන්නේ.
we don't, where we kind of want to incentivize players to put together a team of like a mixture of different ship types and not just bring.
මේකෙන්
all
පිට
the
යන්න
large
බෑ
ships to
වර්ල්ඩ් ඉවෙන්ට්
play.
එකක ඇතුළතදී.
So once the
ඒක
corvette
ඇතුළට ආව
is fully
කියන්නේ
upgraded,
අයිනට
its
ආවොත්
upgraded perk is
ගහනවා.
actually going to give a 5%
ඒ
damage
තරම්
buff
දිග යන්න ඕන.
and 5% increased healing buff.
ඔය හරියට
for
ගහන්න බෑනේ.
non-large ships. So this would be small, medium ships.
ඒ හරියට
So
ගහන්න
bring a
බෑ.
mix of Garuda, Brigantine, any of these allies within 500 meters is going to be.
උගේ පොයිසන් සර්කල් එකෙන් එළියට කොහොමද ගා? අම්මට අර
I'm just going to say 15 seconds left.
අරනේ අර.
Come on, you can do it. It's so close.
I don't think we're able to defeat it.
Someone hit the ice. I see someone going for it.
අන්න නෑ එකෙක් ගිහිල්ලා.
Ah,
Oh no. Oh no. It's really
Is it?
hard.
අර
Over.
මුතියරේ.
So, guys, as we've mentioned
it,
in
get
the
it.
social.
Are they
you
getting
did
it?
it.
Oh,
they get what?
yes.
Well done, well done.
Is it?
For your second time, that's
Did we?
actually
Did we?
amazing.
Did we?
ගෙවුවද?
Not sure. I need to.
බල්ලෙක්
Oh, unfortunately, Neo was like that during the last moments, but
ඉක්මනට ඵලයන්.
Okay.
Enough fast travel.
අයියෝ.
All right. So, as I was saying that
ඉක්මනට යන්න ඕනේ නේද නැත්තම්
next
තප්පර
week,
ගන්න යනවා.
February the 10th is the launch day of the new season, and this is when you will be able to see it yourself in the game. So I think it's a week from now, right? So is there any
ඊළඟ ඉරිදා
tips
එන්නේ
or
කියන්නේ නේ?
suggestions you would give our players before the new season starts?
ඊළඟ ඉරිදා 10.
right.
For the
So,
Kraken fight.
so the Kraken is going to do a variety of different damage types. We mentioned poison, but so it's going to do flooding with the whirlpools. So whether it's preparing some furniture for that, furniture, armor, preparing a build for that, that's going to be very useful. In terms of weapons and ships, I would say actually there's a lot of different things you can use, you can bring to the fights. But
It
maybe
could
certain
run out of
standout
gun
things
only.
would be ships with maneuverability or sustainability, because everyone's going to be taking some damage. So if you're skilled enough, you can still bring something a bit more flimsy, like the Brigantine, and use its maneuverability
that
to
can
avoid
now.
the attacks. If you're not so confident about that, maybe bring something a bit more survivable, like a snow. Yeah. And definitely, I would encourage those players who like to play healers to bring some healing and keep the
Healing
rest of
now
the team
only,
top
yeah.
up. Because, even if you're able to dodge most of the attacks, taking 1 or 2 big hits
ඵලයන්
will
මොකද
put you,
කරන්නේ?
quite far behind.
අර පෙට්ටිය බලා ගන්න ඕනේ.
All right.
යන්න.
Is there any questions in the chat that we can take? So I think this is the first time that we are doing a stream that's a feature
Loot mo na
focus.
dami
So
nga ba?
please keep the questions Kraken related. And Jeremy can pick some of them and answer. So now if you have any questions regarding the Kraken, it's your time. While I'm seeing some questions about the cheese, as always, nuggets. What's the story for the Kraken like? I think it's the question is more about the lore. I'm not sure, Jeremy, if you have any insights on this one.
Unfortunately, I'm not too caught up with actually the quest line that we're going to use to introduce the Kraken. So actually, I would say save it for when the Kraken's released. Go pick out the seasonal story quest and experience that by yourself.
Yep. Let's see, is there any other questions in the chat that we can take?
Kraken pet would be nice, but we're worried about it drying out there, sitting on the deck all day. Maybe we could give you a bucket or something to put it in.
Will the Kraken be available only in the next season?
No, so the Kraken will be a permanent addition to the game. So it's not only going to be around for year 2 season 4.
There's a lot of questions about the Corvette though. Like people are asking, showing the Corvette. The reason is that we just got this built yesterday, right? So it's kind of similar to his live build. So it's not like we can grant ourselves the Corvette unless it's a local build. So we need to grind for it. So I think that is why we won't be able to show it at the moment unless we go to Codex and show some of the perks, but not like the actual gameplay. But what we are having is that at the end of this week, we're planning to release Corvette Deep Dive on our social media, where we'll really plan to cover in depth the Corvette. So stay tuned, keep an eye on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So more information is definitely coming to be able to preview before the season launch.
Definitely look out for that.
Yep. Okay, is there any other questions that are... Okay, someone liked the idea of mini Kraken pet.
Mini Kraken? Mini Kraken?
Let's see if there are
Baby
any
Kraken.
Kraken related questions that are we seeing. Okay, I think before we choose some of the questions, if we talk about the rewards for the Kraken, let's say if the successful defeat of the Kraken, what are the rewards players getting for it?
Right. So I think I briefly mentioned this earlier. The Kraken's going to be sort of if you're strong enough and efficient enough at taking it down, it's going to be one of the most efficient sources for farming your endgame materials. And for right now, the main chase item is going to be this unique ship cosmetic set. Yep. So that's going to be the Kraken Slayer. You can have your typical ship vanity items like, I believe, the figurehead, nameplate, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And of course, the sail hull colors. Yep. So
I'm a full ship set at the Kraken.
And show off to everyone if you have defeated the Kraken or overcome it multiple times.
I see the question was the new max level. I think it's regarding the ship, right?
Kraken ship set.
Do you have any info on this? I think
We're raising it to 17. Yeah.
For the new season, right?
Yes.
Okay. For the rewards, I think we can see it once the team beats the Kraken.
I think they're probably gonna have to repeat their feat a few more times.
All the hope on our amazing team today. Okay, let me see if there are any more questions that are about the Kraken. So the Kraken cosmetics, can we get a peek? We'll see today if we will be able to beat the Kraken during the gameplay. We'll be able to get a peek. If not, I think we will reveal it later through our social media as well. But I think there's one tease though. So far as I know, that the ship in the middle of our key art, maybe we can zoom, maybe we can go back to show our background. I'm queuing it for our person. So I think, so far from what I know, the tease was that this ship is kind of tease of the cosmetics set, if I'm not wrong.
What the hell?
But I'll double check that information, and I think we can also see who defeat the Kraken today. Cool. I love how I asked the questions to be Kraken related. The question is, since the Kraken is so big, is there a map expansion? People are smart.
Topics together, but no, there won't be a map expansion in this season. The Kraken is coming to our side of the Indian Ocean. We're not venturing into the wilds yet to discover new beasts.
Okay. Jeremy,
Hold
do you
on,
see any questions about the Kraken in the chat?
Ooh, would the Kraken change its armor? So no, it won't be changing its armor after every encounter. It is still going to have fixed armor type, so you can bring a consistent build over to bring it.
I see this question. Will the Kraken or
lower
its
ship
tentacles be immune to ramming?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. I don't believe you can actually ram the Kraken. I definitely wouldn't suggest doing it on the main body. So there's going to be points in the fight where you're going to notice the Kraken is going to summon this poison cloud around itself. It's a bit functionally similar to Lepes poison cloud. It's meant more of a deterrent so that you don't stay just around. And the ink shooters at the sides are actually going to be the ones that spray out this poison cloud from time to time. It's not going to deplete your health bar as quickly as siding up to Lepes when he's doing his AoE attack. But yeah, definitely not something you want to stay
effective
or venture too far in. I would say I think the best strategy in this regard, if you want to come close, is going close for some sort of like strafing runs. If you really want to use something like a demi cannon, but not somewhere you want to position yourself.
Yeah,
and then there was a question: is it a world tier 2 or 1?
Yes, the Kraken is going to be a world tier 2 activity, especially since we're setting it up for a minimum of ship rank 6. So definitely for players who are in world tier 1, I don't think they'll be properly kitted out to take it on.
Yes, tier 2 kitted.
Is that an automatic upgrade to level 17 in season 4? I don't think so, right?
Upgrade. No, yep. So you will still have to find the right gear for it.
Level 10 එකකින් ගහන්න තියෙන්නේ. Level 20කට. What the fuck? ඒක 3 දෙනෙක්වත් ඕනේ කියලා.
This is our what? Third
කොච්චර අමාරුද කියලා හිතා
time
ගන්න
to
විතර.
beat the Kraken, right? Is it during the stream? Yes.
Kraken level is
50-50 success rate so far. And to increase it to 60-30.
Yeah.
Not sure about last round.
Okay, chat. Do you think we'll be able to beat the Kraken during the stream today? What are your bets on us, on the team today? Okay, the question is...
I see, what about the maximum number of players? So we...
attack
for this call to arms activity, the minimum is 3. But the maximum number of players you can join is 12. Yeah. So we aren't playing with a full team at the moment. I think you could see it's actually quite possible to bring the Kraken down with a coordinated team with good builds. We've only have 6 players right now, so there's still room for... I believe we only have 6 players now? There's still room for another 6 players to join. Yeah, the arena is definitely big enough to handle it, and the Kraken has definitely more than enough arms to take on more players should they join.
Okay. Let me see. Is there any other questions? How do you spawn it? That was the question.
So similar to the other call to arms activities, you will have a marker on the map, and you won't be able to miss this one. It's a bright, big green swirling marker on the map that you will see. And once you've called to arms, sufficient number of players have been found, you'll be match made to a server where you can take the Kraken on.
I'm trying to swipe it up because I think this is where we... Can the Kraken grab you?
So the Kraken won't be grabbing... I saw a few comments about this, about grabbing, tossing. No, the Kraken won't be picking up your ship and tossing it to the winds. However, the mega tentacles and actually the Kraken body are able to affect the water. So I think you can see some of this at different parts of the fight, where when it submerges, there's this large wave. It can send ships airtime, give ships airtime for a while. So there's going to be some new water physics that we actually developed to allow like our Indian Ocean to handle some of these more erratic behaviors that the Kraken's capable of. Yeah. So if you want to see it, you can sail up close to the Kraken and get it to slap you with its mega tentacles, and you'll be able to see some of the new effects. Although I don't think you will be able to survive too long.
Okay, so when I ask people if they have what's their bet on us, they say it depends on how long the stream is. I think we have about 18 more minutes till the end of the stream, so hope we'll get to see the Kraken defeated. But if not, it's a proof that it's the most challenging threat ever encountered Skull and Bones.
I will say that there is going to be a lot of different strategies you can bring to this fight. You can use something like torpedoes, focus on the tentacles to deal damage that way. Even though the big head has all the weak points, it's not necessarily the only thing you need to focus on. Ink shooters, obviously, for obvious weak point, and of course the eyes once they start glowing. There's also new strategies which you can try that could be really effective, especially considering some of the changes we made to some of our bow weapons. You might want to try them against something with a large hitbox as this. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
The Kraken is too chaos.
There is an attack we saw
Come
earlier. Hopefully we get to see it again this time in all its glory. So when the Kraken goes into the 5th phase, it's actually it gets really enraged and desperate. It's actually going to come up with all its tentacles and start smacking away at the entire arena. It's quite an obvious phase. I think we saw it once during the first session. And it's released its toxic cloud now, so Neo's going to have to get on out of there.
Okay. It's a lot of questions in the chat. I think we might miss some questions as well, but let me scroll down a bit to the newest ones if there is any question. Kraken is a giant. Oh no. Not successful this time either.
තව එක පාර මූ කෙලින්ම
No, it's my
okay.
first day.
නෑ
Okay,
එක
okay. So we
minutes to
still
go.
have 3 minutes to go.
Hey, you made it 7 minutes without dying this time.
Okay, cool.
Are you using a different build this time, Neo?
I'm using snow, so
Okay.
but the maneuverability is
That's also a problem.
I think there were questions about is Kraken like more vulnerable to certain damage types. That was the question. And another question that I see here is we've kind of mentioned about the weak points already, right?
lead artist for them.
That is the eyes.
lead artist.
I lost the question. It's too many questions in the chat.
ගහන්නේ ඌ
I'm
යනවා. ඒක හරියන ඒක.
Are you
So
able
I
to
don't think we built it with one particular weakness in mind. Actually, the way we've tried to design the Kraken is we wanted multiple different weapon types to be equally viable. So I would really encourage our players to experiment.
ඌ ගොටි ගන්න විතරයි.
Personally, I'm going to be excited to bring in rockets. There's a few parts of the fight where being able to dish out damage while still sailing and not having to be aiming down sights is going to be really impactful. I'm going to bring all unison weapons, something like torpedoes. Bombard's not sure. I'll have to see. It depends on how accurate I can be under pressure. But yeah, and I really do want to try the ballista against this thing.
නෑ නෝ හැට ගහන්න යන්නේ ඌ හරි.
Especially with the
ඇහැ තමයි weak point එක.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very satisfying to see.
ඇහැ මූ අහ ගන්නවා වෙලාවකට.
I don't know, Chad. Why do you want to cook the
He
Kraken?
villain
Why
නැහැ
do you
කියලා තමයි
wanna
කියන්නේ.
eat the Kraken? I don't
I mean,
understand.
it's octopus.
ඒ
is
විල්ලන් නෑ
delicious.
කව එකක්
Oh, they
තියෙනවා.
did it.
හරි
Oh.
ගෙවා. අම්මා.
Oh my god.
Well done.
Well
Oh my God.
done.
And that was like with
ගෙව්වා යාළුවනේ.
how much? 2 minutes to spare? A minute to spare?
Yeah, I think
Ah,
so.
කෙලිම 500 යාර
Congratulations.
පොත්
Yes, we
අම්මට.
did it.
අඩ ඔය වගේ පහ හතරක් ගෙවුවා නම් කෙලින්ම ගෙමුවා.
Nice.
Ah, no,
Well
no,
done.
challenge.
Okay, now will we be able to see the
Take a challenge.
cosmetics after defeating a Kraken?
බලමු මොනවද. ඌ සමන් කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕන.
Neo, will you be able to show us the cosmetics or?
from store, can we?
No. I mean, it's a reward for the defeating the Kraken.
Oh,
ඒ රුචිර
Not
මොකද
sure, right?
You might get a piece in the chest.
Let's see. Hopefully.
අනන් ලුටි
Hopefully we can show it to you.
ලුට් එක
Great
බලන්න ඕනේ.
job. Lily White, Stormfire Bird,
කෙලිම 2000 ගණක් අතේ පියස වෙයි.
Motherflame.
282යි.
Is Haynes still with us though here? I am not sure.
Chest
Do I see
එකයි
his name?
9යි. අම්මා.
don't feel.
ප්‍රයිමල් එක 4 උතා.
Oh, he popped out. Oh, I think they're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of server.
Oh, and actually just now you guys might see a preview of a new shanty, of a new Kraken shanty.
Shanty?
That's going to be available in the game, which is pretty cool. Okay.
Kraken
Yeah,
shanty?
that is a new shanty. There was a question.
Cool.
And actually,
Arubale.
I think it was February the
Arubale
10th. This is where we are releasing a shanty album this
Album,
time.
huh?
So
Oh my
keep
god.
an eyes again on our
Lord
social
Mogoyne.
media to get more information on it.
What's up?
So let's see if we can see the cosmetics, like what are the rewards.
Oh, pinna bangko.
Let's see if we can give a preview. If not, we'll make sure to do it either through Reddit or through some social media posts.
Anna, maybe katne. Street cringe killer. Ah,
Mister, I think this is the
I
one.
don't think that's the one.
No?
Oh, I only have that one chest. I should.
Ari hari එක තමයි අර මේ belt එක කම්මුනේ.
Ooh.
I think there's a. I got a.
belt එක කම්මුණා.
Someone is asking vinyl. You mean like a vinyl album for the shanty?
ඇඳුම් set
That's
එක
actually a
උතන්ද.
cool idea. I think we had one though for the release of the Skull and Bones, but I'm not sure what kind of what was it, shanty or just the music in general in there.
Can't remember if we included the shanties.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't actually own this vinyl, but I do remember it being given now.
Okay, cool. Let me see if there are any more questions. I love how someone is saying Aisha and Jeremy in caps for us to see. Will the ship
yakan
upgrades
yahuwa
be
දැන්
affected by
පොඩ්ඩක්
the
කරමු.
Kraken
ආ,
edition? Will they go back down 6 or up to potentially 9?
Would they go back down 6 or up
අතල දෙන්නේ නෝ
to
කට්ටිය.
9?
For the ship upgrades? Do we need more context for this question?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit confused by the phrasing of it. Sorry.
නෝද ලොකු යම්නට. ඒක අඬු විතර නෙමෙයි මේක මම
But no, I don't believe
ඔළුවයි
we're
ඔක්කොම.
planning any ship upgrade changes. So the introduction of the Kraken is
කට්ට අමාරු.
not going to affect
ගහනවා කියන්නේ
level of ship
මෙසේ
upgrades
මෙසේ
that you have.
කතාවක් නෙමෙයි මේ.
Yeah,
මොකද
so
ගහනවා
we
කියන්නේ.
have I think around 10 minutes left.
Level 20 එකකින් level 16
the
එකකින් ගහන්න
stream. Wonder if we can have another
Super.
round of the Kraken fight. But before that, I think we want to say that the main idea for this
දැන්
stream is
මුන්ට
to show
හොයාගන්න
the
බෑ දැන් මේ
preview of the
මොකද්ද හම්බුනේ කියලා යකෝ. මම දැක්ක
and once you have your hands on, and later we'll definitely
Taka මම දැක්ක
share
හම්බුනේ.
more details on the Kraken. So I hope you really enjoyed this the first time. Let us know if you really like this kind of new format where we show a feature
හම්බුනේ
before
belt එක.
it is launched. And if yes, we'll definitely try to do more for the next seasons. So please let us know how you find this stream today, or if you have any other suggestions for the stream. Frigate skin. Will we have a frigate skin? Ooh.
Not the right person to ask for that that question, unfortunately. But I will say we have noticed the the love that our players have for the frigate. So
we'll say I think no comment, because this one is we'll have some more information on it. Actually, I think it's this week that's coming. So again, I think it's the third time I'm promoting our social media. So guys, please follow us because all the teases are happening there. Okay, I love it. Do it again. Okay, awesome. I think this is regarding the future deep dive before it's launched. I love it. Really.
Deep dive,
I wanna
like, you know.
see we are at 1K viewers, and actually
this?
this is one
Wow.
of this is really cool. Thank you, 1,000 people who are watching us now. And actually, because usually I know that people are
Dah,
joining
dah.
to claim the drops, but I think this time people really joined to watch the content for the stream. At least maybe most of it.
මේ පහන් පාන්දර 1000ක්.
Will the Kraken scale? With the Kraken scale with more players, I think it's the difficulty of the
yes.
Kraken.
So there still will be scaling with multiple players. Yeah, but I think we have adjusted it so that it's not going to scale too exponentially with every single player that's added. Yeah, we understand that an additional player doesn't necessarily mean, like, past a certain point, the value that additional player brings is not necessarily the same as like the first few
Exotic,
players, because we start to introduce problems
තියෙනවා.
like blocking of shots and things like that.
නොබ්ලොක්
I
කතා
think it will
කරනවා.
happen less with the Kraken due to
තනියෙන්
the
ගහන්න
size of the
පුළුවන්
arena and the
ද?
number of targets you have. It's a problem that I think we experience quite a lot with the singular elite warships, because once you start to have like 5-6 players, someone's going to run into someone else's torpedoes. There's only one small target. In this case, you have this large target you can hit with arms on its head. You can hit the main body, or you can just shoot at the tentacles closer to you. So I think we'll experience less of an issue. So yes, the Kraken will scale, but it shouldn't be as egregious as issues we had before, where like I think was it for the Moonshine event where there was sort of like a mathematical.
අර 20 අර
Oh, even though you could bring 20 players to fight, actually you only want like 3.
I see some questions regarding the drops. Please let us know if it's working. And actually, new season, I think the next stream will have a new set of drops already. I know we say that it's for your chance to claim exclusive drops, and people on Reddit mentioned that it's not as exclusive because you've already able to give them on the past streams. But the thing is that every season, the aim is to have new set of drops. So make sure to join our next stream as well. Hopefully by the end of February or beginning of March. We do not have the exact date yet, but I think the idea is to have more streams to have this kind of opportunity to talk with you guys through the chat. Okay.
I saw some comments about the call to arms skipping. So yes, that's a new quality of life addition that we made. So that call to arms skipping will be applied to all call to arms. So that allows you to basically sidestep the issue we had to previously work around by quitting to the main menu to return to your server. Right now you'll be given a time of 5 minutes at the end of the activity to clean up anything, pick up your loot if you dropped it, go back to the den and pick up, put on the new cosmetics if you got any, or you can just choose to hold the skip timer and return back to the usual Indian Ocean immediately if you want to. Yeah, so that's something that we're bringing to all of the call to arms features, so that we don't keep players in sort of this like limbo server where the main activity is already done.
Can we get another chance to earn the drops to time zones? This is actually something that we know that there is this feedback that people want different, like either just replay the stream. But this is something we're looking into, finalizing the details. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to do that. But I think the thing is that like if we just replay, then there's not really like a live interaction with the chat if we just replay for the sake of the drops. So maybe we can think about doing the streams sometimes in different time zones. So there are multiple options. We're looking into it. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to do that.
Okay. So a question about the Dao being on the Corvette. I actually don't remember when we said this before. I think we might have been mentioned in the previous dev stream. But no, the Dao will not be on the Corvette, so you won't be able to just deploy from your Corvette or your large ship. I think it's an idea we're toying with. Although I would say actually for us we would like to focus more on like more things that maybe we can bring the Dao to be useful for before we start adding it to the large ships. So the idea is cool, being able to deploy to your extra small ship to go into rivers from your large ship. So you stay around the big ship and deploy to the Dao when you want to hunt some wildlife or something, so into one of the more narrow restricted areas. But I think we would want to tackle that more from the giving you more meaningful activities to do the Dao before we give you the ability to bring the Dao everywhere. I see a lot of comments about cheese. Is this some joke that I'm not?
I think it's some internal joke that was even before I joined the team. So every time people are asking about the cheese and the nuggets. So if anyone can tell us the context, the inside joke context, Jeremy will be really appreciated.
You get Alexi to catch me up. I feel a bit lost.
Cool. I see a lot of people are asking about Corvette preview. I think once maybe this fight is done, we'll be able to go the preview for the Corvette. If Neo is kind enough to do that for us. But I think this is going to be the last round of the fight, right? Because I see the time we are 4 minutes left till the end of the stream. So far, chat, let us know what's your impression, how you find the Kraken. Are you excited till the February 10th when the season launches? I see the chat. Why this is only in 720? I think it's the stream. So the thing is that depending on the region you're watching us from, some regions are not, because we're streaming from Singapore, so it depends. I think if you're watching us in the USA, then it should be 4K. But if you're watching it in Singapore or in certain regions, it's 720. So.
Yep, not too sure if it's the on the receiving end or it's okay. So it might be something related to the servers
in Singapore, I think.
Yeah. For some reason they don't support 4K yet or something like that. Yeah, but it's an issue we're looking into.
Yep. Looking forward to the Corvette and the Kraken. People are watching us from London, Canada. I think the time zone, is it an evening? Should be late evening, right, for you guys? Okay. I really want to know where you guys was watching us from.
So Canada,
I see Canada, London,
Indonesia,
US.
London. 3 a.m. in London. Man, you guys stay up late.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your dedication.
Thank
Please
you.
get a good rest after this.
I hope it was worth though. Wow. Texas, Canada, US, Puerto Rico. Oh my god.
Puerto Rico. Wow.
Ruby is in Singapore, of course. Captain GTI. USA. Wow. That's really awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for staying up. 4 and 57.
South Africa. Oh man, salute to you. Did you sleep and wake up at 4:57, or did you stay awake until 4:57? I'm a bit afraid to ask.
Oh. Okay, I think we're gonna wait till the end of this fight. I don't think we'll be able to defeat because I see the health progress bar is still pretty.
Oh, yeah, we're doing it with less players this time.
Yeah. Less players, and also there's players already.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They probably died too many.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, Heinz is back.
Hello, Heinz. Okay, guys. I think summarizing this stream, I really want to first give a shout out to the keepers again who joined us for the stream, to the Heinz who popped up. So thanks to them, we were able to show you guys this team fight. Otherwise, it would be a solo fight, and I don't think we would be able to progress to certain phases. So really big thanks to the people who joined us for this gameplay, and also a big shout out to you guys who stayed up to watch the stream, to join us today, to hang out together. And thank you to the devs who worked on it. Big shout out, because I think from the first impressions, people are excited. So hope you really enjoyed, and please keep the feedback coming. So thank you so much. And Jeremy, do you have anything to say to wrap up this stream?
I just really want to thank everyone again, both the keepers who helped us actually defeat the Kraken on stream. I was worried that it might not actually happen, but they really came true and they managed to beat the beast. And same to everyone who joined us viewing. Didn't expect so many people to be here on my first stream, but thanks for having me. I hope you took away something from the stream, some details, and hope you're hyped to take on this beast yourself.
Yep. And no, I did not forget about the Corvette in the Codex. Neo, do you think we can show them the Corvette in the Codex, just the preview?
No.
The perks preview.
Sure.
Because I think people are really want that. So I did not forget it. Let's see the ships and then the Corvette. Yep. So I think if we can go through the perks a bit, because we actually did reveal the perks already and some information on it on our social media. I think it was mostly the perks, the
support ship
we
package
were talking about. But
What
as I
can
mentioned,
big
end of this
ship
week,
නෑ
wait
මහිත
for
large
more,
එකකෝ
information on it, an actual deep dive. And of course, as I say,
the
always
last
please
ship
keep your
දෙකයි
feedback coming, either
මේක
it's
එන්න කලින්
gameplay
ටක් ගාලා
or
අනිත් එක
content we
ගන්න
post on
ඕන
social
අද ගමු
media.
ඒක අද ගමු
Because the main important is we are doing it for you, so we need to make sure it guys is resonating with you.
Yep.
Cool.
Flag bearer definitely being the highlight here. It's a bit worthy. Apologies for it. Yeah. But if basically it's able to apply a stacking debuff on
ඒක
enemy
කියවන්න
by
වෙන දවසක් විතර
increasing
දාන්න
damage
කියවන්න
taken by 1% per stack up to
දුවම්බේ
20.
තියෙන මේවා
If doing healing on allies, you'll be able to increase the repair received by 2.5% per stack up to 50%. Yeah. All of your allied non-large ships within 500 meters of you gain increased 5% damage and 5% repair.
මම දැන් කැකන් ගහන්න හොඳම නෑ මේක
We
තමයි
also increase the health restored by repair weapons by 5% per repair weapons equipped. So actually, even more boon if you decide to play a medic or a battle medic role. Yep. And the upgraded version of this perk allows you to increase the healing and damage even more. So that's not being shown here.
ඒක පාස්සෙන් දෙන්නේ
You see that on the ship upgrade screen. But the upgraded flag bearer allows you to add max stacks on
මෙහෙන
enemy
ගේමක් දෙන්න වෙලා තියෙන
target,
මට පාස්සෙක්
increase the
ගහුණ
damage
තියෙනද
received by 10%. On making max stacks on an ally, it actually allows you to repair severe damage. I believe it was 20% over 20 seconds. Yeah. So if you manage to land 20, say, white jade shots on an ally, you're actually going to have be able to repair their severe damage. So I think, as you've seen, that's going to help a lot in the Kraken fight. Not sure if anyone actually had the fully upgraded Corvette. Probably not. So it
Yeah,
might
because
be,
they were able to get it just I think before the fight.
right. So actually, if you had a fully upgraded Corvette, you might actually been able to survive even more.
All right, Chet. I think I hope you guys are happy with the preview of the Corvette, but the idea for the stream was mainly to preview the Kraken, to show you guys the gameplay, to get you guys excited about that. As I said, more information on the Corvette is coming soon.
Alright, I never the
Meanwhile,
Marathi.
again, thank you so much everyone for joining. Thank you, Neo, for being with us today as well. See you next time. I hope you have a great either evening, night, day. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and bye-bye. See you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Alright.
See you out there.
Okay, guys. ඉතින් මේ එමත් තමයි උදේ පාන්දර කට්ටිය සෙට්ලා හිටියා. මේ ඉතින් අද මම තව චුට්ට වෙලාවකින් ආයෙ ලයිව් වෙනවා. මේ ගේම් එකේම අදට කොහොම හරි ලොකු නැව ගන්න ඕනේ. ලොකු නැව ගමු. සහ මේකේ ස්ටෝරි ඉවර කරන්නත් ඕනේ. right. මේ සීසන් එකේ. ඒ ටික කරමු අද. එතකොට තව ඕකේ 10 වෙනිදා තමයි Kraken එන්නේ. ඒතකොට 10 වෙනිදා හවස කියන්නේ රාත්‍රී මම හිතන්නේ 10 වෙනිදා ඉන්නේ ඉරිදාද? නෑ 10 වෙනිදා එන්නේ අඟහරුවාදා නේද? එතකොට yes අඟහරුවාදා එන්නේ. ඒතර අඟහරුවාදා රෑ 7ට අපි සෙට් වෙමු. මේ අලුත් අප්ඩේට් එකෙන්. එතකොට අලුත් සීසන් එකෙන් Kraken බලන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට Kraken ප්ලේ කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන් එදාට. එතකොට එදාට ඩ්‍රොප්ස් තියෙනවා. අමතක කරන්න බෑ. එදාට ට්විස්ට් ඩ්‍රොප් තියෙනවා මට. ඒසවල හැමෝම Twitch එකේ පැත්තට ජොයින් කරන්න. එදාට ට්විස්ට් ඩ්‍රොප් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එදාට ලයිව් එකට එන අයට. right. එහෙනම් අපි තව සුළු මොහොතකින් නැවත හමු වීමේ බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් දැනට මම මේ ලයිව් එක ඉවර කරනවා. අපි අලුත් Skull and Bones ලයිව් එකකින් හම්බෙමු. තව සුළු මොහොතකින්. එහෙනම් මම එනවා. හැමෝටම thank you set කරන කට්ටියට. අද උදේ පාන්දර. එහෙනම් හම්බෙමු. අපි ගිහින් bye.